Okay, cool. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about my favorite topic ever, which is social enterprise. Nice to see you, Claudia. I have the feeling that ethical, social, responsible products are mainly designed for high incomes. How can we make it more accessible to social? Very good question. So, look, the thing is that if you have a product that you're selling to for a lot of money for a society that can afford, you're going to be able to raise more money and support more communities. And then you can look at how you can use the money. So, for example, what Ramin does is giving them money and teaching them how to run the business. So you can maybe go and, I don't know, we recently did a project over, let me just switch off my WhatsApp. We recently did a project Ramin did in Cambodia. What they were doing is we're taking people out of poverty, and what they did is they got a donation of a piece of land, and then they bought chickens, and they educated people in this very poor community on how to make this a sustainable chicken farm, and then with the profit helped communities around it. So it's a very good question, Clau, but I personally think, and it's what I was showing in the beginning of today's presentation, is as a social entrepreneur, like the reality is that most of the mistakes we have in society have been built by the really rich. And we don't realize how much we pollute, from getting our cars into the city while we could be walking, to when we go to the supermarket, the amount of packaging that is polluting the world. Like, there's so many things that we create a bad impact. So I think it's our responsibility, us, that we have access to a little bit more to find solutions. And maybe by, like, I personally, if something costs twice as much but has a social impact, I will buy that to be able to support. So it's not wrong that we're charging just the rich, because they're able to give us a lot more. Because remember that low income classes, they can barely afford what they have, especially now with COVID. But it's an awesome question. But you can look at maybe building like a micro entrepreneurial system. So the product is sold for a lot and we send it to the community, and we help the community become independent and sustainable. So there's different ways. What we're here because we can't wait for change. We created this workshop because we've had a lot of friends calling us and saying, we need social enterprises. Can you do a workshop? Can you build up a course? So I have a little surprise for you guys. You guys are the first to hear about this. So this morning we launched a how to become a social entrepreneur course. So it will teach you step by step. Probably it has about 300 tips. Yeah, 300 tips, because it's 300 slides, on how you can transform your idea into an effective social enterprise. I'll share you with you guys. The course is divided into 2 stages. Stage 1 is on you understanding entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. So understanding entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, and what is social innovation. Then you will understand the global and local context to create change. Define your passion, mission as a change maker through different activities we're going to give you. Enhance your emotional intelligence, attitude, and skills. Develop effective business solutions to social and environmental challenges. Demonstrate essential entrepreneurial skills, and create a social enterprise plan. So that's step 1. So we're looking at the big picture. The second part of the course is then when we put it into action. So we'll help you understand your why by doing the golden circle activity. Then what is the right business model? So we're going to be sharing with you guys about 15 different business models that you can operate your social enterprise. We're going to go more in depth into what a unicorn and a zebra is. We're going to teach you about design thinking, so you can find effective solutions by testing the market through ideation and testing and implementation. We're going to teach you about proof of concept, how to do the minimal viable product. We're going to teach you about 15 different revenue models, and 5 of them very focused on social enterprises that most people have never heard of. We're going to teach you how to pitch, how to find your first customers, how to set goals and measure them, and how to build your 1, 3, and 5-year business goals, which is super important, because without setting goals, we're never going to be able to progress. And again, showing Bill's the founder of the term of social entrepreneurship. So social entrepreneurs are not content just to give a fish or teach how to fish. They will not rest until they have revolutionized the fishing industry. So be an entrepreneur that's going to change the pattern, change the way we do things in the world, so you can really solve these big problems. So a little bit about me. So I've been a social entrepreneur since the age of 9. I'm 31 now, so now I feel old, but I started at the age of 9. So I was born in Brazil, and when I was 9, I lived in South Africa. And that's where I started my first social enterprise. And my first social enterprise was teaching. So I was fundraising for books, because I wanted to give everybody the right of fighting for what they deserved. And at that time in South Africa, having moved from Brazil to South Africa, I saw that people were getting judged and getting different opportunities according to the skin color. And I didn't think that was fair. So I started this little fundraiser to collect books so that everybody could learn how to read and get the knowledge to fight for the rights. Then from there, I lived in Mexico City, where we started a community-focused skateboard company. And by the time I moved to Australia, I had run a lot of social entrepreneurial projects. So I started a public relations company to help businesses that were socially responsible shine a light and grow through public relations. And we actually, thanks to Rotary, we won Business of the Year in 2011 for some of the projects we were doing here in Australia, but contributing back to Africa. And then late last year, Academy of Entrepreneurs, so the school that I set up, we won Business of the Year. So it's amazing to not only do what you love, but also to have us being recognized so more people can hear about it and be inspired to be social entrepreneurs. I'll show you guys just a little interesting fact. As I was building this presentation for you guys yesterday, I think there was so much love. I received a phone call from one of Professor Mohammed Yunus, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, who's one of the biggest social entrepreneurs. I received a phone call from one of his closest friends inviting me to present with Professor Mohammed Yunus. So on the 28th this month is Professor Yunus's 80th birthday, but because of COVID, his birthday party was cancelled. And he invited 100 social entrepreneurial leaders to run online panels with him. So keep an eye, because I'll be presenting with Professor Yunus along with 100 other social entrepreneurs. So this month, you guys are going to be seeing a lot on social entrepreneurship. I've also presented at Google, Microsoft, HSBC, the United Nations, and all these amazing places so we can get our message across, but also with a lot of governments, such as Australian government, Brazilian, Colombian, Chilean, French. So I do have a little bit of experience in social entrepreneurship. It's what I love, live and breathe every single day. Remember to tag us. So if you're going to take any photo of us presenting, tag us and we will reshare. Hashtags of the day is Boss Your Future, and also you can share on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So add us, because we're going to be giving a lot of information around social entrepreneurship in the next month. So my focus in the next 4 weeks is to talk about social entrepreneurship like 90% of the time. So if you're as passionate as me about this topic, please follow us so you guys can get a lot more information on it.